And I got another guest speaker going to come to you guys, and they're going to give us a feel-good story. So, by all means, we're going to welcome Jason Bracey to the floor.
I was so unprepared. I was so unprepared. And Winfred told me earlier in the week that I was going to be doing it, and I just kind of like whatever. So I didn't really come prepared. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of keep it out of the car business because it is Feel Good Friday. I do want to talk about one thing. I guess I just kind of thought of it off the top of my head over here. And what I want to talk about is the day my oldest daughter was born. Okay, so this was 17 years ago. She was born in 2000, August 2000. She was a breech baby. She was, she was coming in the wrong way, so we had to do a C-section. So I'm in there, I'm expecting, the whole time they're telling us that she's going to turn around and it'll be okay, she's not, but ended up, she was breech, and so we're sitting there in the hospital, we're going to have to do a C-section. So, at the time, they got the banner thing shielded off or whatever, and then I'm sitting here and, I'm talking to, trying to encourage and motivate, and let's go, all this other stuff. Well, they drugged her up. It's not like a regular, that was my first one, right? So, I didn't know. So I had no idea what was going on. So, I'm sitting there trying to talk, and there's no holding hands. She's not yelling at me. She's not, So there's really nothing going, so I'm just waiting for the procedure to get done. So the procedure gets done, and they take Caitlin out of cut the umbilical cord, and they put her in a little incubator onto the side, and they said, so I go over there and look. So they let me walk around to go look in the incubator at my child. So sitting there looking, and her legs are, it's funny because, she was breech, so she was the wrong way. So she was like 21.5 inches long, so she's kind of tall. She's short now, but she was kind of tall then. So her legs were kind of facing like this. I was like, I don't know why she, her legs were all like this. And I was like that looks funny, and like, yeah, they said her hips are dislocated because she was so tight in the womb, she got kind of bunched up. And both her head, legs were dislocated. I was like, oh my gosh. So she looked like a little frog in the, in the incubator. So I'm like, okay, I still have no idea what's going on. But they said everything's going to be okay. It happens sometimes when children are breech. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. So, I look back and, my ex-wife at the time, she's, all her insides are out on the table, and I was like, ooh, don't look, so I'm sitting there just watching my child and watching her breathe and move around and things like that. So, kind of backtrack a little bit. During the pregnancy, I used to talk to her, I used to talk to her while she was sitting there. I used to talk to her at night. I used to do the ABCs, sing to her, little stuff like that. Say, hey, I'm daddy, this is daddy, things like that. And then I'd call her by her name, hey, Caitlin, and even before I ever saw her. So once we all got done, everything got done, I don't know what's going on with the hips, I'm not sure how everything's going to turn out with, my wife at the time. So they're wheeling her out. We come out. And I can't remember exactly what happened. Somehow, she's in a little incubator, I'm walking beside her, and then my neighbor's beside her, and I said something to her that I used to say to her during the pregnancy, and I said, hey, Caitlin, and then I said something else, and then she looked at me. She looked at me, and she made eye contact with me. And, doctors and nurses will tell you, a baby doesn't really respond to you, or they have told me in the past, they don't really respond to you right afterwards. It takes them a little while to get, adjusted. But in that moment, when we're walking down the hallway, and I said, hey, Caitlin, she looked at me and made eye contact, and I could tell she knew. You can just tell. As a parent, you can just tell, And so that was one of the most memorable things of that whole process was that my child just went through all this, you know, upside down, umbilical cord wrapped around her, hips dislocated, and then I said, "Hey, Caitlin," and she looks at me. So there was no greater feeling that I've ever had at that point in that time. So that's my Feel Good Friday story.
Thank you for your Feel Good Friday story. And we just want to let everybody know, hey, we just want to say thank you for coming in and viewing our page and liking us and sharing us. And some of you folks have responded to my call last week of coming in and sharing some of your stories, and some of your customers have been coming in and telling us your stories, but we're going to start taping them, and we're going to start putting them on our Facebook page. So stay tuned for our Feel Good Friday story as we share it with everybody. And then once you see it, please like it, comment on it, tell us what you think. If you have stories of your own, please share that, and come down and see us at Hubert Vester Toyota. Where are we there?
Hubert Vester Toyota, 3712 Raleigh Road Parkway, right here in Wilson, North Carolina. Thank you for listening.